Okay. Um. So you have. Is that an attack on the?
From the previous round, the Twitch's agent rolled a 1 on an attack that wasn't defended, hasn't been defended yet.
It was on the same guy that had already just been jacked out, I believe.
No. He actually made that on a new one. It was before you rolled your 6 dice hit 0. I promise.
But actually, Sean does have a point because I never ordered a new target, and my action was to
Right.
Yeah.
You corrected that. I promise. The first IP of actions on this new combat turn, both of them did attack the same target. That was the hits 2 that was completely wasted. But that's when you ordered the new target, and you rolled, and Sean hadn't finished doing his trace stuff yet. That's where the hits 1 came in.
Okay.
Right, but I okay. I ordered the guy was booted
You know what?
out.
Whatever. I'm just gonna shut up. Fuck it.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter because I think a roll of 1 is going to be defended anyway. I mean, it can be made, but I mean, I think it's irrelevant. But either way, up to Sean because I'm. Yeah,
there defense against that. So that hits 3 is another cyber attack on the second initiative pass against the second guy.
Right, and he ordered both of them to attack, and I was going to roll the other one as well.
Okay, roll the other one. I'm just gonna go ahead and jack him out, and that'll leave you alone with admin access in the node. So I'm gonna make just a couple more rolls. You immediately tell your car to come and the gates to open.
Yeah, the gates will open and the car will come. I'll let the car go a couple of turns before that, just so we don't alert everyone to what's going on. But yeah, it'll be open well before the car gets there. Is there any way to run a trace on them and lock their wherever they're coming in from accessing it to get their number?
Not unless they're actually in the node or you've noticed them trying to hack the node, and that's what these tests are for.
Okay.
The excitement.
Okay, well, you'll manage to get the car in and be able to crash the program, crash the node long enough that, because you'd be able to time it effectively enough to get the car to the wall and be able to have enough time to turn around with there being no chance of the node starting back up. So need that explosive roll from Vice.
Well, here goes everything.
Yep.
Nope. Nope.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Do you have any edge left?
No.
That was his last bit of edge.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I don't know what kind of attack roll to make.
Your physical attack. I mean, I'm assuming you charge the wall and start punching when, it doesn't crack.
Well, I'm standing next to it with a bomb with a grenade going off.
Well, no, you would have run back after you pulled the pin.
Yeah.
He's basically just skipping over that part. The explosion went off and it didn't do anything significant.
There, I punched it.
Many hits.
Is you using that point of edge there to actually add your edge dice to the roll?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he started with 0 or 1, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
So
he was the only person with edge left, so he was the one who had the highest chance of the explosive working.
All right.
The bomb doesn't go off, but charging the wall straight afterwards, and you go through it. About waist through and sort of shove your way the rest of it through. But you'll have enough time to shove everyone else through the hole in the wall and get them in the car. And the car turned around and driving out with, well, no one can stop you. Your car's going to be able to soak any pistol shots and
all of their vehicles have been
shut off.
Yeah. How fast will I be running through the? Going through this gate.
Through the gate while it's open.
Yes.
In the car.
Leaving.
Top,
If we
top
haven't
speed.
left yet, but
Top speed both ways. But that's plenty enough time to turn around and drive out.
yeah.
Is the helicopter still following us?
Do we have a super cool helicopter chasing?
Unfortunately, the helicopter does not seem to follow you. Or did that fortunately?
No, that's unfortunately. That would have been cool as hell.
My concern was, I guess, what Coyote would have done, since he would have had time, is as the car was approaching the gate and the guards were distracted, he would have ordered his Doberman to GTFO. He can't pick it up going 140 kilometers an hour. So
yeah, you're gonna have to tell that to get lost and come figure its own way home.
Yeah, same with the Fly Spy. The Fly Spy I'll send to get on the Doberman while the Doberman runs out. That was my concern, is saving my drones. But yeah, he'll come back for him later, somewhere in the middle of the desert when the power's run out on the thing or something.
Yeah,
or have them go to a rendezvous point or something.
Yeah, it all depends on how far out. They do have a limited range, the drones, so I'm not sure what
it's
that
like
is.
8 hours though, so it's no problem. They'll be able to make it home or relatively close. So nope, helicopter seems to fly past you. Well, not really past you. It's not coming from the same direction, but it doesn't seem to want to hunt you down. Maybe it's, not a helicopter equipped with miniguns or something like that. Those things don't usually fly to or from the city, so And spirits have been discorporated enough that whoever's summoning them is sort of tired of it. Maybe one of them looks a little bit like Trusair, who will, during the ride home, get at least one chance to. Oh well, no, that'd be body, so you're going to be in the hospital for that.
Yeah.
Just need a very long nap, like for a week.
Yeah.
There went my downtime, everyone.
So, you'll get a message back saying, "Are you really need help?"
Yeah, I guess it'd go to Coyote.
Coyote will get a message back saying, "You really need help."
No, it was tight there for a moment. We got out.
Good, because you weren't going to get any.
Didn't figure. It was a long shot. Like I said, it was a tight spot. We got out though. And Coyote's not sure how he likes talking to a dragon directly, even indirectly over the comm.
Oh, and I should probably leave this map open in case you want to take your tokens from this in case you've changed anything. But yeah, drop off will take literally no effort. Wonder what happened to the mage, and did you lose a party member?
He's alive. Just incapacitated.
Happy enough with that, and you've got a good bit of something that you don't know what to make of. Transfer it over. Take a look at it and seem just, yep, that's what I'm looking for. Well, thank you and goodbye.
Wait, what about these people?
But
what do we do with them?
Oh, I entirely forgot about that. I Jim forgot about that. She'll actually, they'll seem to recognize each other, and she will mention that, thanks for, helping with that. Won't be any specifics, and they'll go with her.
What? No bonus? We brought back 4 extra packages. That was not out loud. He's not questioning.
Seriously, this is a goddamn dragon.
No, yes, that was an aside.
I will burn you.
I mean, I really thought Twitch would appreciate that, considering how much she's tried to haggle for extra Nuyen over the course of this campaign, Aaron.
Listen, she's tried to haggle with things that she's pretty confident that if push came to shove, she could outshoot.
You could probably outshoot a dragon in their natural form.
No, I couldn't. The fuck?
You
Yeah.
never know until you try.
You could outshoot them with a firearm? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you could outshoot them, but I mean, she could probably out-eat you, and that's
No,
the
she
problem.
would. She would look at me funny, and I would blow my own brains out.
But you could outshoot her.
No, she just outshot me with my own hand.
No, that's you outshooting yourself.
Touché.
Quit shooting yourself. Quit shooting yourself.
Anyway, assuming we get the payment, Twitch is going to transfer 15,000 new yen over to Vice.
We're getting 30,000, right?
It was
20,000.
20,000 a person.
No, it was 30. I vividly remember. No, 20 is what
It was
I
20,000.
I don't remember. That's why I was asking.
It was
Yeah, I was
20,000
just
because I
going with it.
remember Aaron was considering a moment borrowing all of it up front from Vice.
Or rather, Twitch is paying him the 13,500 owed.
So both of you can go ahead and erase that or add a new one as whatever you prefer. But that, go ahead and settle that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
just gonna
add-
erase it because the way I have it set, it'll go to career new yen if I do that, and it shouldn't be considered that.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think for me 4,000 doesn't matter, but I don't even know if career new yen matters in
No,
in
it
game
doesn't.
mechanic terms.
It doesn't matter at all. It's just whatever.
It's
Right.
bragging rights.
I just re-added it back in like Twitch Pay Me.
Anyway, now that all that's over, Twitch will say, "Hey, would you mind dropping me and Truthsayer here off at my doc's place?"
No problem. And now that you have that thing out of your head, you probably want this nice shiny agent back, and he will be greatly sad by this.
Yes, please.
All right, here you go.
Though, I mean, if you're willing to pay, I'll sell it to you at the price I bought it for.
That had to be done whenever the stimulant patch wore off. So, yep, full damage tracks. I win.
A perfect score.
Yep, 21 blackjack.
And if you guys need patching up, I'm sure my doc will charge you modestly.
Vice looks at his arm and he's like, I think I'm fine.
You sure?
It's only like 2nd degree burn, maybe a bit 3rd
Okay,
degree.
seriously, just pay for him to patch it up.
I'll be fine in like 2 days.
On the subject of
Oh.
damage, Sean, Does my drone take the normal 10% to repair, or is it something like that one the Optic Dex had where they stomped it to death and it required 50% to repair?
It'll be the I'll have to double check, but I believe it's what is it normally? It's
Uh,
like
1% per damage is what we decide of the base cost of the item. So it'd be
that's what it says in the book. Yeah, then I'll go ahead and because it was so slagged at one time, I'll go and say it's 20%.
all right. Yeah, so it's going to be about 3K to repair it, which is disappointing. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to ask. The way I've been doing it with this is it's including like the ammo costs and all that other stuff when I click on the cost of the item. Do you just want me to do the entire thing, or do you want me to subtract things? Well, really, just be the ammo.
With
which
ammo, I'm not so concerned about because I don't worry about the small numbers. That's why I make sure to give you enough to. It's not really a worry either which way.
Yeah, it's for this one. It doesn't matter. For some of the ones where I have, say, 200 rounds of the stick and shock, that's 1,600 right there. So that's the only.
Yeah,
That's
the
not reasonable.
question then ends up is how much do you actually use of it? Most of it's just sitting in the drone almost permanently.
Right. No, I mean in terms of the damage, because see, if I in
He's
summer,
talking about the price it costs to repair the drone, whether
Right.
you include
Oh,
things like that.
no, don't include the cost of what it would the ammo. If it's doing that, then redo it in the thing if you want to. Like
Okay, yeah,
recalculate it and out and do it out by hand if you really want to. But no, you don't have to pay for the ammo to repair the
yeah, I
ammo.
didn't figure the rest of it though. I mean, weapon mount, the actual weapon and stuff. That has to be included, but doesn't make sense otherwise to me. But yeah, for this one it doesn't matter. We're just using regular ammo anyway.
So 10 experience around. Uh, you managed to all survive.
Experience? What is that?
How much is visiting the dock going to cost?
Well, for me, it's going to be nothing because since you said Mr. Monday is familiar with Awaken shit, all he'd have to do is look at me and say I can't do a damn thing for him.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he'll be like, I can inject it with something to wake him up, but he'll just crash in an hour and probably hurt even worse afterwards. Go ahead and drop him in bed somewhere and don't poke him too much.
And since Twitch doesn't have access to Truthsayer's apartment, he'll probably wake up in hers after, I don't know, some amount of time.
So, you know where it is. Approaching
Yeah,
it would be
sure.
fun.
But yeah, so he'll probably wake up on her couch at some point.
Her
kitted
couch.
The doc.
kitted up with a totally unnecessary first aid treatment.
And as long as you haven't taken critically glitched on anything or taken massive damage, your wound's healing time. Or with the aid of a med kit, which is what you're paying up front for. So
Alright.
The next day, Trusayer is just going to, have this very slow awakening in unfamiliar surroundings. He'll panic and tense up. He'll look down at himself. He'll look at all of the fucking windows and the tomato.
And the tequila.
from the ground when he kills over in pain because he panicked and tensed up.
And Twitch is going to be hyper paranoid for the next while. Constantly doing like run-throughs of her own memories and, seeing whether her heart rate goes up when she's exercising and just checking to make sure that reality is reality.
The night before all of that, though, Coyote will be getting home. It'll be getting towards the morning hours. And he'll go to his apartment and go check go up to the door and going to unlock it and meow.
Meow.
Meow. Looking around, notice there's a cat nearby. Literally at your feet. Nearby.
An actual cat?
An actual cat.
How big is it? Is it dinner size or just kind of like lunch brunch type snack issue?
Oh, you.
So you unlock the door and do what?
Coyote will see the cat and he will walk over to it. If it doesn't run away, he's just going to take a seat and stare at it.
It
Is
stares back. It's literally at your front door.
oh, so yeah, okay, that makes sense. Huh. That was Coyote sighing. Say, all right, fine. You want in? Got your shots? If the cat responds, he's killing it. I'm just telling you right now. But he'll open the door.
Cat walks inside like it owns the place.
Just like a cat.
It is a cat.
Yeah.
It's like a vampire. You let it inside, it can do whatever it wants. And you've let it inside.
Let's hope it can eat motor oil.
Pretty much.
No. This is how Coyote becomes a vampire. Mark my words.
Flee!
No,
purchased the,
animals can't transfer HMHVV. I think that's the right acronym.
Can't they be vectors, even if they're not infected themselves?
It's not that common.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance that he could catch vampirism from this cat.
Well,
yeah, but
oh
to do that, he
God.
has to make blood-to-blood contact, so...
Okay, this is a cat. It could happen.
No,
Yep,
see,
Coyote-
it's likely Coyote may bleed from the cat, but it's not likely that the cat will bleed from Coyote.
Oh, I'm confused.
Don't worry
But
about it.
that's nothing new. So. But yeah, Coyote will walk over to the cat and attempt to pick it up and move back to the door and place it outside the door and close the door. If any of these steps fail, he will reassess the situation.
The getting close to it will go well enough. The reaching down towards it will go with it going off in a different direction.
Oh, cats.
Are you going to try to kick it out?
Well, Coyote was he basically was going to leave it out there, and if it actually stuck around like overnight outside his door, he would let it back in, just because it had it had the agenda, and he'd say, okay, you get bonus points for trying. But since he didn't get it, he's just goodness. I guess if he has any real food, he'll try to lure the cat out and try it again. But I don't know that he does, actually. He does obviously not have cat food. And I don't think that soy is something that cats naturally enjoy. So yeah.
It's flavored soy. You can get something close enough that it'll be able to eat it.
And the meat substitute is krill.
Krill?
And cats will eat that.
Cats will probably love
Most-
you forever if you give them krill.
Most food is made from a combination of soy products, krill mash, and flavorings. Oh, and I think like raw sugar.
Yeah, other additives would be things to make up the basic nutrients, but
Right. And then it gets texturized and flavorized to vaguely resemble other food.
So, do you actively try to hunt down and throw out the cat? Because if not, it stays around.
No. Basically, the most Coyote would do is he'd get out food, put it down, see if the cat comes out to eat it, and then he'd probably sit there and stare at it while it ate, and then he'd probably shrug and say, "Fuck it, I'll deal with it tomorrow." He'll wake up, there'll be piss and crap on the floor because Coyote doesn't deal well with these things.
It seems to have been owned by someone at some point. It unlocked your door, went outside, shat, and closed the door behind it.
It knows how to. The cat knows how to use doorknobs or handles.
Your door has a. It would be openable. You live in the same place as your shop, right?
Right. It's a adjoining area. Yeah.
So your doors would be able to be automatically opened. It would.
No. See, what you don't understand is this cat clearly has an internal comm link, and uses Wi-Fi to open doors.
Oh my gosh, Coyote's keeping a cat with an internal comm link because that is badass. Either that or horrible.
You can actually kit out mundane animals with cyberware, if that's a thing you're into.
Coyote has a new mission. Can he
start looking
a submachine gun on this? I'm kidding.
Do you start looking up things to kit out animals with cybernetics?
Gangsters especially really like to do things like kit out pit bulls with low grade like strength boosters and stuff.
Or sometimes high grade strength boosters, and then
Yeah, it
everything
depends on
goes
how
wrong.
much they love their dog.
Yeah, I think that's something Coyote definitely. I mean, not kidding it out yet, but he would look up, say, "What can I do to make this animal useful?" He might have rats. I don't know.
You start looking up veterinary services. Your comlink goes a little wonky, and your searches return all sorts of weird shit. Like random garbage stuff, not like anything decidedly wrong, like someone's screwing with you, but it just starts doing garbage as soon as you start looking up anything to do with vets.
And everything
Well,
else
look
works.
at that. You have a Technomancer cat.
Once you stop trying to look up vet stuff, everything seems to go about right.
You have a Catnomancer.
Yeah. Well, in that case, Coyote, when he gets his chance, he will walk down to. There's probably a cyber cafe close by, and he will try to check from there to narrow down where this technical issue is coming from.
You'll be able, once you're outside the house and somewhere else and away from something, you'll be able to look up the information fine enough.
Or it's a shapeshifter Technomancer cat.
Sadly, not possible.
See, that's quitter talk. There's a difference between not possible and hasn't happened yet.
So, you have a cat now. Over the next whatever amount of downtime you have, it'll bring you a few rats at some point.
Listen, the way you get it to stop bringing you rats is to kill something in front of it to show that you know how to hunt for yourself.
Okay, Aaron, that was very helpful.
It was.
After that, it'll, you'll see, yeah, it knows how to go outside. Yeah, it knows how to open doors. Yeah,
Hey,
you
man.
now need to encrypt all your financial stuff because it knows how to access your finances.
It knows how to access my finances.
It knows how to access your all your comlink stuff, and given enough time, it'll do it. But your comlink will set off warnings before it gets in and then screws with anything, and you'll be like, oh shit, now I need to encrypt everything. Swatting it on the nose a few times, and it'll stop doing that.
So you weren't kidding when you said it was a techno feline. That's an actual
No,
thing.
that's an actual thing.
Oh goodness. Yeah, sounds fun.
Okay. And I think that's unless there's anything else, I think that's everything that needs to be covered in the session.
Yeah, Coyote definitely will be figuring out what the heck to do with this cat. Whether he wants to keep it, whether he can even get it out of his house at this point. And but I'll figure that out in the downtime, I guess.
Okay. I know there will be at least 2 weeks of downtime at Baby Boar. Is everyone still there, or did someone fall asleep?
I'm still here.
That's great. After Trusair, wakes up very awkwardly on Twitch's couch and realizes that he's not dead and that the mundanes actually somehow managed to pull through. He gets some information very slowly and painfully, from Twitch.
Nope.
Yep.
No, Twitch will be like, shit, I don't even fucking know. Vice blew open a wall. Coyote's car came out of nowhere. I don't know.
That's information. That's how we got free. And the most important question: did those other Awaken erase our signatures before we left?
Erase our what?
Oh, frag it. And so now, for the entire point of the downtime, he is going to stay ensconced with his home and worry that Lone Star is going to be coming to visit. Oh, man.
That was a hell of a spell, and it left a hell of a signature.
Yep, even with Astral Chameleon, that's, that definitely lasts for long enough. That was the Force 12 and 2 Force 7s, and he had really hoped that he wouldn't have needed to exert himself enough to fall unconscious because he really wanted to scrub those away.
Nope.
No, that didn't happen. That's gonna be really fucking awkward.
Oh, I do need actually one thing from Twitch. Let me actually grab the quality.
Yeah, you guys, we can move back to, the overworld.
The overworld.
Let's see, Astral Chameleon. All signatures left by the character last only half as long. So, others are sensing it, receiving -2 dice pool modifier. So, the Force 12 one only lasts for 6 hours, and the Force 7 ones only last for 3 hours. That's totally not enough time.
From Twitch, I need whatever her best, her personal best Matrix Perception roll would be.
Which is?
Your Analyze plus one of your skills.
Alright, and since she basically has her agent constantly running like scans and stuff, would that count, or would it
No,
be her?
It has to be hers.
Okay.
There is no way for your agent to detect this.
That's fine. Alright.
Yeah, you got 10 karma each. And, okay. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool.
Damn it! If I hadn't given that one karma to that spirit thing, I would be able to upgrade my magic this round.
I upgraded my magic, and look over all the good it did. Saved your asses.
It saved everyone's lives. That's some good.
I'm happy that that Twitch took damage.
First time.
You know, Vice got some damage in too.
Just not the first time.
Twitch
I
end up
know.
with any funny scars?
Um,
Only the
I don't
mental ones from being terrified of spirits.
and being terrified of the Matrix now.
She was already terrified of the Matrix.
It's more of how can we get her terrified of the mundane world.
Yep, that's pretty much the only place she feels even halfway in control.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking Lone Star. Fuck. I'm just verbalizing how my character is going to feel during the downtime.
Pretty shitty.
I think it is going to be intense anger at the Mundanes. It's all their faults. They obviously were ill prepared for the infiltration. That's clearly not his specialty, and they didn't know what to do. And they ended up with him having to take on an armada of spirits.
Which is a specialty.
No.
Comparatively speaking.
Comparatively. He is better at doing it.
Clearly. Alright, well, during those 2 weeks, I guess I'll roll some more for animal husbandry stuff. I can roll that now if you want.
Yeah, that won't
During
actually.
at least 2 weeks, rather.
Yeah, that won't actually take time. There's depending on what exactly you're trying to get it to do.
I'm trying to put together all those various instinctive things for now, which I rolled. I forget if it was a glitch or a critical glitch on before that made it keep filling up the entire room.
What is the current date of the session?
The last place we left off was the 23rd.
So, okay. Going to need to get more.
We did our raid on Tuesday, May 2nd. We did our raid on the early morning or night of Tuesday, May 2nd.
Right. So.
Okay, I won't
Where's
have
that 23rd from?
The 23rd was when the session started. We covered
Okay.
We covered a lot of time, primarily due to getting things like chameleon suits and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. That week of
Which
buying
now,
stuff.
a solid 3/4 of the group has chameleon suits. So.
I do believe a certain individual may own a certain other individual a 4,000 new yen no interest loan.
Oh yeah, I mentioned I took that off my thing, so you can add that back onto your sheet.
Oh, and yeah, Twitch probably would have tossed Truthsayer a cred stick as he woke up. So at least there's some positivity.
Here's your money. Fucking.
Yeah, it's like he wakes up like fuck, and then here's 20,000 new yen.
It's not even important. Twitch is like, what?
Well, if you don't want it.
Twitch would be like, well, I mean, if it's not important, I mean, I'm always I can take it off your hands, dispose of it for you.
You know, as interesting as it will be, Trusair considers this to be one of the worst things that has happened in his life.
Oh yeah.
That is the max pain you could be feeling without actually starting to die.
And in addition, whenever he wakes up, he finds that, among the folks who could have actually erased astral signatures, none of the fucking Mundies thought of bringing it up because they don't fucking know. Truesayer has to shepherd them through knowledge and lore. And so he's got these powerful blazing signatures for the big bad motherfucker with more magic than he has, who's responsible for summoning those big badass spirits to come. There's gonna be some meta magic expert to come in and extract the links. It's not gonna matter what mask he wore, because they'll analyze his fucking arm and be like, God damn it, it's that motherfucker again. And they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, just tell him you made a deal with a dragon. That'll make everything better, right?
Good run, everybody. Good run. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the part where I nearly had to burn a point edge. That was a good part.
That was a good part.
Can the mundanes figure out a better way to organize these situations so that my character doesn't have to deal with multiple powerful spirits again? I would like that.
That's on your front.
Yeah, and in Sean's defense, not that he needs it, but he did say that at the beginning that we should have a way to combat spirits.
In Sean's defense, I ain't fucking accusing Sean of shit.
Oh, I know. No. I mean, in terms of, you're the only one that took his advice. Let me put it that way.
Actually,
Well,
Jordan's character can fight spirits pretty well.
That's true.
To be fair,
And
you're all actually, like, with the exception of Coyote, you're all actually fairly good at doing with the spirits.
yeah,
Just
Twitch
it's
probably has the
progressively.
number 2 body count when it comes to spirits, right?
Yeah. It just progressively goes from Truesayer to Vice to Twitch to Coyote, just progressively getting worse. It's not completely just Truesayer can do it and no one else can. It's just he's so much more exceptionally better because, he can actually do it in mass.
And there's the fact that Truthsayer's ammunition is his own goddamn health.
There's the fact that immunity to normal weapons does not apply to my mind, and they only roll willpower plus counterspelling if they have it.
Yeah, I mean, Coyote's main trouble is he has a lot of drones with a lot of weapons, but they keep getting knocked out in 1 or 2 hits, and also their dice pools are a lot lower than, say, Twitch.
We also couldn't have them all along for the ride in this particular run, which
They
we
do
knew
make good
going
meat
forward.
shields, though. They have saved your lives a number of times.
Oh yeah, give them a human target, they will rip it to shreds, most likely. But that paranormal shit, no.
But what I'm saying is the opposite's true too. But they've taken hits for you a lot. Like a lot. The drone that got obliterated this one, that probably would have been aimed at Twitch otherwise.
Well,
That could
no,
very well
it got obliterated because it didn't have another legal target.
Oh, that's true.
But had it not been there, yeah, but it right. Point is, whatever. There's no
Point is that
I
there
think
have been times where they've soaked damage for you.
I just wouldn't argue this time.
This time, not so much. It did soak damage. It's just
It soaked damage that no one else was going to take anyway at the moment.
It stopped it from approaching. It had to use the action to destroy it instead of moving to the door. So maybe that made a difference. I don't know.
if the drone wasn't there, it may have jumped to the astral, gotten around from behind.
Let's see how long this might cover here. I figure I'll go ahead and fucking roll this for funsies. One per day, and that's 1, 2, 3. Nope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 1, 2, 3, 6 days.
That'll actually take one of your weeks. I also do want Twitch to do that. I don't think anyone else took enough damage to bother. I don't think Vice took enough damage to bother because he rolls like fucking ridiculous for healing.
Well,
I did.
trying to find what the exact effect lowered essence has on healing.
For your actual healing, your body healing rolls, I don't think it has an effect.
Yeah,
I thought it did.
no, for that, for like recovering physical damage naturally, it's just a body times 2, 1 day extended test, and you must rest the entire day for it to count. 4 snaps and unconsciousness also count.
Yeah. I believe the essence degrades that is an optional rule. I'm fairly sure.
It would degrade first aid, but you know, if you're just like resting and recovering on your own over time, it'll heal up.
All right.
I mean, you only had 5 damage dealt. I think she'll recover it within that, you know, flexibility.
Yeah.
Exactly
You want me
2
to-
days.
You want me to roll for healing?
Yeah, you can too.
And that's what, body plus anything?
Body time.
Body times 2. And since all my stun damage had to be recovered before I could heal any physical damage, that takes care of the extra day.
Whoops.
No rule of 6 for you.
With what theoretical edge?
It would be 4 plus 2, so I think I'm fine. Because I'm just taking up all the rerolls.
Yeah, and go ahead and make sure to save your tokens because it's gone wonky on me again.
God damn it.
So save your tokens. This time I don't have to save a map, so the overworld map's going to be exactly the same. So it's nothing besides if you've done anything to your tokens.
Overall, a good session. I think I got frustrated at my own team. Mainly because our plan of sneaking in, we derailed that by the end of last session.
Yes, we did.
And sort of like grasping at straws. I don't feel comfortable trying to suggest things that are outside of my character's purview. So anything pertaining to the Matrix or other sort of electronic or even like tactical stuff is kind of out of my my realm to sort of bring up. On account of my character's limitations, and I like to stick to those. Especially after I fell unconscious.
But hey, on the bright side, we all have 6 street cred now. That can never go horribly wrong.
Yes.
People are starting to know who you are.
I am a little concerned of footage escaping of Force 12 nearly shamanic mask type situations coming.
Well, considering that the only people who have that are Lone Star and Coyote.
You see, I have a problem with both of them.
Well, Lone Star is very unlikely to release images of you destroying their spirits.
Probably.
Good news is that Coyote did record it, as he records at everything, but so much shit was going on that before the 10 minutes was up, he did not tell it to save. So it's gone.
There we go.
It will never come up again.
Besides, even then, he might not understand the significance, even though he would clearly be able to see it, because normally, like, the perception roll for, like, a Force 6 thing is you just have to get, like, a basic success, and that was a Force 12, so...
Yeah, he probably would have thought about it while they were driving away from the compound, after the adrenaline had worn off and all of that, and he would have said, damn it, that would have been really cool to save.
Maybe it'll be a greater deterrent, so for Lone Star it'll be like, Subject Truthsayer fucking nuked an entire field of spirits. Maybe don't ask for more money.
Maybe instead ask for more jobs done.
Hey, I mean, once a dude becomes a big enough danger, recruit him. Am I right?
No, you're wrong on that one.
I think I'm going to be right on this one. Just you wait.
So the bigger question is if Truthsayer ever asks Coyote if he recorded that, and he says nope, didn't record it, does Truthsayer believe him?
I don't think it's a question to come up because even if you didn't, Lone Star knows.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking that in the next 2 weeks, I'm not sure about beyond that, depending on whether or not the gap goes beyond that, Twitch is going to increase her pistols by 1 and add the autoloader specialization for it. Does that work?
Okay, I'll have to double check that you can buy that stuff. Some of that stuff may take time to find.
Twitch mostly gets it by actually practicing.
Wait, are
He was talking
autoloaders-
about skills.
Skills.
the autoloader is a skill? I don't remember that.
He was talking about an
It's a
autoloader specialization,
Oh,
which
for
for pistols. I didn't know that was it's not in the book as a suggested specialization.
Oh, I thought it was in Tremor.
It might be.
semi-automatics, you mean?
That would be it.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, they have holdouts, revolvers, semi-autos, and tasers.
Okay, then it would be semi-automatics.
That would take 2 weeks of your time per Sean's ruling.
Yep. One
Yeah,
for
that-
increasing pistols and 1 for the specialization.
Yep.
And that'd be that.
One for healing all of the damage, the second for sobbing after healing.
An entire week dedicated to it. And that first week is indeed just bed rest. It is, you're
Yeah.
confined to your in bed.
Yep. And the entire time we're confined to my bed, reading the news, going, motherfucker.
Well,
You want
Vice-
to buy up a knowledge, you can go ahead and do that if you have the karma for it.
Vice is going to be spending the 2 weeks 2 days he's going to be spent resting, but then he's going to can he spend the rest of the week doing minor runs for like the 1,500?
Yeah, the 1,500. Remember, at this point, your names are getting known. So, doing minor runs, people are more likely to, notice you, have grudges, things like that.
That's right, we have 2 points of public awareness now. 2.
Yeah, pretty much anyone that pays any attention whatsoever gets a bonus 2 dice to know who you are. And anyone that really pays attention gets a bonus 6 dice to know who you are.
You also get those dice for negotiating.
Assuming they know and respect your reputation. Or know and have some kind of knowledge that your reputation's real.
Right. A character whose public
Yeah.
awareness is 3 or over is well known among those who keep an eye on the shadows. We're not as well known as some of those other cool people, the ones who came before us, but we're getting there.
Twitch has 17 dice for their main gun now.
Woohoo!
That's second roll.
But how many dice does she have to resist the critter power of fear?
3.
I'm going to be doing that because otherwise I have nothing to do. I don't want to spend my karma. So there's that. I have nothing really to spend my money on. Again.
I'm just gonna spend my time earning money, but I don't spend my money, so yeah. Family trust fund. Hope there isn't a crash 3.0.
Oh, there will be. There will be. There always is.
That's why he's hiding it all under his bed.
Oh. It's our actual paper currency. That'd be
He
great.
changed it to Horizon dollars. That'll stay, right? That has staying power.
Yeah, if the Matrix actually does crash, you know what? Horizon dollars will be the most valuable form of currency.
No, he's storing it all under his bed in the form of bullets. That's going to be the only currency that matters in the future. You know, after the apocalypse. Come on, pay attention.
He's gonna Mad Max his way through it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was enjoyable. I figure I'll just ask, just to confirm my suspicions. Helicopter containing Big Bad, right? Right, Sean?
Helicopter containing Big Bad. That
Yep,
said,
I thought so.
That said, Big Bad was a summoner,
Yep.
and you did take out both of her bound spirits.
Yeah, I figured we were okay with that. I was just concerned about the unbound spirits that might.
It was more of the continual fuck you to the spirits, and she was like, "The fuck are you doing down there?" That made her stop summoning them.
Yep.
Because, spirit summoning, those numbers can get really out of whack.
They definitely,
One bad summoning and suddenly summoned a fire spirit inside your helicopter and pissed it off all at once.
As I say, there's only so many Force 7 or Force 8 spirits you can summon before it's kind of like, ah. I mean, that's generally the purview of free spirits anyway, I think, once you get to like that Force 6 territory normally.
Yeah, once you get to Force 6 plus, the spirits that go free are likely to become free spirits. Not like really likely, but they're significantly more likely. Like below that, the chance is almost nil. Above that, there is a decent enough chance.
I expected the Big Bad to be the summoner there, and I imagined she'd be on the helicopter, and I imagined that even though she wasn't there, she could certainly be throwing fucking shit at us. Yeah. That was bad. Bad juju.
Yeah, and so Coyote figures if he's going to be going on these missions and actually having to, I don't know, follow everyone inside, he might be getting athletics and stealth skills this time. Skill
Good.
groups.
Does he have a dot in infiltration yet? Or in the stealth group yet?
Oh, he has nothing. He has athletics group 0, stealth 0, and nothing in any of the base skills. So.
Yeah, see, stealth, influence, and athletics are things that any runner benefits from, no matter what their specialty is.
Oh yeah, it's just definitely, see, athletics, maybe a case could be made why he should have that, but stealth, I don't think he's been very stealthy so far in his life. He's kind of the brutish, obnoxious dwarf, so.
After our fun experience with trying to slither over the wall, maybe you'll have a chance.
Oh yeah, athletics is definitely happening because he critically glitched on that and had to use an edge, and also regular glitched while I'm climbing that freaking wall.
Yeah, Trueslayer has not forgotten the dwarf ass on his head.
Trueslayer has also not forgotten drone drag.
Forgotten what? Drone dragon?
Drone dragging, yes.
Ah, yes, for the roto drone. Yeah.
But that's further down on his list of concerns in life. Because quite frankly, he's not sure whether he wants to do another run with you guys.
But that's just kind of his normal state. I mean, every mission he's like, man, what the fuck?
I think this is the furthest he's gone down the man what the fuck path. I nearly died. There were spirits far beyond my ken or level of comprehension.
But all in all, it was all Truthsayer's fault, because he's the only one that knew that the mission giver, the Johnson, was a dragon, and he accepted.
Don't say no to a dragon.
No, it's not his fault, because the other three characters should have realized and had the opportunity to... Well, except for Vice. The quest giver was a dragon.
They
Even
should have
so,
read his
you're okay
mind.
with it.
They should have read his mind like Truth Sayer routinely does to other people.
Actually, they should have analyzed truth or mind probed or just paid attention to the sudden recoil and flinging back of the chair.
Hey, Coyote asked what the heck was up with them, and you said, I don't remember what the response was, but it was not. It was not to say, "Holy shit, it's a dragon."
There was also an allusion to, common word among our kind runners would be to avoid, dealings. And she mentioned, the big D himself said it. But, it's not a deal, it's a job.
People work for law firm all the time, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm still unconvinced. I think it was all Truthsayer's fault. He should have just said, "Nope, this is from a dragon. We're out," and Coyote would have followed suit.
Well, that would be rude. I can't speak for everyone else. I need a weak, hearted, desperate individual again so that I can negotiate with them. It's kind of difficult to negotiate with a dragon. I'm like, well...
It's kind of impossible to negotiate with a dragon.
I'm like, well... The last guy was a runner, and I was like, well... I prodded him a little bit. The time before that, I was like, well... I need someone desperate to hone in on and theoretically crush with all of my dice. We need desperate mission.
With more women for me to punch.
I don't know about that.
No, it's in his contract.
Let's be honest here. There was only one woman well, maybe two women in the entire game. One of them was Twitch, and I can't really punch her.
Well,
I
if you
can't.
waited for the big
Then there was
bad.
The big bad was female.
But we didn't
There was the
wait
big
for
bad.
her.
There was the troll woman.
She doesn't count.
Why? Why? Because she probably has as much strength as you do, even though she's a summoner?
No.
Yes.
It's because she's a troll. Because she's a troll, she counts as a guy. All trolls count as guy, just like all elves count as
I mean,
girls.
she'd also have a bonus to her melee because she'd have longer reach than you.
Yes.
Maybe Vice is just intimidated by green women.
See, I'm just picturing the troll putting her hand on Vice's head and holding him at arm's length as he does the cartoonish, massive arm swings trying to reach her.
His like hands glow with power. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, exactly.
She summons a spirit to confuse him. God damn it. Well, big props to you, Crimson. You somehow managed to pull it together. You did a great job. You were in the Matrix. You did Matrix shit. All the time that Sean spent designing a particular Matrix system and node, it worked out.
Yep. Crimson and Grimith, definitely the two MVPs for two completely different reasons.
I don't know about me.
We would have been steamrolled by those spirits.
Yeah, that big spirit.
You took out
Remember, no one but you actually faced down that big spirit. You were the only one that actually touched it. The other one was dispelled by the summoners.
Right.
So that big spirit was a couple forces higher than the other one, so 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would have been steamrolled if it weren't for that.
You could have. Well, maybe after you recover from your fear, you could have shot it, right?
No.
Yeah. But that's why I went into full desperation mode. And you were gone at the time, and you were at supper, and that entire time taking down to my turn, I was like, "There's no fucking way this party can. I have to throw down a Force 12. We can't do another of this. It must be done. God help me, I don't have any edge."
I still really wanted that SUV to run over some freaking guards.
Well,
That would have been so cool.
that I'm not so sure about cool. That definitely would have been interesting to have them completely go into disarray, and I think that could have helped us out there. Definitely.
Just to make them scatter like bowling pins.
Yeah, I figure we would have gotten the first 2 or 3 and the rest would have just dodged. It wouldn't have been as spectacular, but I still wanted it to happen.
I guess in that case, that can be a teacher, for Coyote. Maybe he's like, I'm not sure whether I want to risk setting off alarms and then it not getting done. So then he's like, I should just ease in with a standard account. And then he's like, motherfucking corporate security, fuck! I'm never settling again! Yeah.
If you noticed, ever after that, he was just like, yeah, admin account, admin. I don't care.
I noticed. So in that case, one of the things that that Coyote might be very interested in looking into with his money is a better stealth program.
Yeah, he actually has 15,000 yen right now. He can actually afford a better stealth program.
I mean, considering how much that was called into question with all of the hacking on the fly that he did, I definitely think a better stealth program would be certainly something of great merit.
Twish wasn't joking about selling her shiny new agent to you if you want it.
Coyote can't afford full price for that. I mean, it's just
Fair
like
enough.
he would be happy for it, but
that would take all of his money that he now has.
Fair enough.
Isn't it? But isn't it 24? No. That was for the other one, the fetch.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
50.
he could actually.
I mean, let's see. Stealth is a hacking program. You can get that at rating 6 for 6,000 new yen, and its availability is 12R.
Yeah, it's so weird the way they do the pricing. There's a big jump between 3 and 4, and then that's pretty much the only. I mean, the rate goes up after that a little bit, but that's a really big jump is 3 and 4. So that's why so many of my attacks are at 3.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Obviously.
Yeah. 3 is it's supposed to be basically 3 is the level that most people go for. So the price is below average because it's what's, on the market all over the place. While 4 is much harder to find, so price is a lot higher.
You could also look at it this way. 3 is like the, the personal user license, and then 4 and 5 and up are business user licenses where you get more features and what have you on top of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Except
that's
this is
definitely
largely
a decent
illegal
analogy.
hacking software.
It's only restricted.
Yeah, there you go, restricted.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fair enough.
the analogy holds, even if the reality of the situation is, it's stuff you're using to hack. So I'm not sure if it's publicly traded, that type of stuff.
So it's obviously like
corporations legally own it.
Yeah, it's like professional grade. So obviously the demand is lower because someone's like, what the fuck do I need that for? Like, I don't need a command 6. What the fuck do I do? I'll just take like a command 1 or 2. What do I need stealth for? I don't have anything to hide. I'm just a wage mage or a wage slave, man. Unless there's like those amateur gumshoes that are trying to like spy on the people around them and stuff, peeping toms.
Yep, there are those all over the place.
And besides, now Coyote might see another reason to try to stealth himself because he now has to worry about his techno. You know what? I have a great idea how to dispose of the Technomancer kitty. You take her back to the site where we just did that run, completely dead to like wireless traffic, and just toss her in there. Or him.
No, so here's what you do. You call up Horizon and say, yo, Horizon, I hear you like experimenting on Technomancers.
let me...
Yes, because that is going to go so well.
Yes.
And then you attach knockout gas. Yeah.
And then you knock out all of Horizon. I like it. We need to get a crop duster, though.
Brilliant.
We need to get a crop duster that would like crop dust the fuck out of Horizon.
So basically,
Knockout gas.
we would need a crop duster capable of dusting all of Los Angeles. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
And some other major hubs too. I know they've actually made some forays and pushes into Neo Tokyo, despite their isolationist attitude towards foreign mega corporations.
Right, I'm following you so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
So we'll need to get either another crop duster, or we'll have to use the same crop duster to take
Same
out their
premise,
holdings.
obviously. We're not made of money.
So intercontinental travel with the crop duster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a crop dusting satellite.
Sure.
No, we're just gonna have to hop, island to island across the Pacific.
And this is how the Matrix Crash 3.0 will begin. Isn't that right, Train? Crop dusting.
Honk honk.
Yes, that's what trains do. They honk honk. Yes, isn't that right, Train? You're doing a good job.
So what you're saying is we're gonna start the Matrix Crash 3.0. I like
Yes.
it.
It's possible. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my 10 karma. No, I need another point of karma. Never mind. Like, I did go through that initiatory ordeal. No, I need 11 karma instead of 10. I was thinking about taking a skill group, but I don't like the skill groups so much because I like to specialize.
Fair.
I like to buy skill groups up to the point at which I want the lowest of the skills, then increase the others up to where I want them individually.
A single thing in the summoning skill group could go a long way.
It could.
I thought about that, but then I'm like, I don't need banishing, because I banish things with Mana Bolt and Stun Ball. And I don't want to handle the conjuring things, the binding and summoning. I know that stuff is really powerful, and you can make lots of crazy broken shit with all the summoning and, like, getting possessed by spirits and shit, but no. I want to play a character who's, respectful of spirits, unlike many hermetic, those of the hermetic tradition, and wants to avoid calling upon them in that manner. Sort of trying to bend them to their will. Besides, you could end up with some very upset spirits when you do that.
That can't be at all why I'm encouraging it.
You're like, I want to add extra drama and roleplay by having all this sort of spirit things, and they have awesome critter powers. They can vastly expand my repertoire and capabilities tenfold, but I think there's a lot to be had for interesting gameplay by just staying away from it.
It's fair.
I could have them surveil for me, protect me, keep an eye out for me, cast like obfuscate or some sort of confusion thing and hide me or blur me or so many other crazy things. But no,
But can they cast Throw Rock?
I bet they could throw a rock.
They can
They
be the
probably could-
rock.
And can they throw themselves if they are the rock? Or can you get another
Yes.
spirit to throw the rock?
Yes.
I know where I'm going with my next character then.
Oh, it's not going to be someone who dabbles with the wireless world.
Nope.
Fuck that
He's
shit.
going to
I'm
make
out.
someone who summons rocks and summons catapults for those rocks.
Man, Crimson, I am so glad you assumed the mantle of the technical aspect of this game, because every time I hear you and Sean talk about it, my mind just...
And then you're like, hey, you want to play one of those? You want to play one of those, Jordan? I'm like, not really. No, I tease sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, hey, it would be cool if my backup character was a street samurai. And then I'm like, but I'd have to buy this. But this is technically better, but if I get Alphaware and secondhand, it's cheaper. And I'm just like, nope.
Can't do it.
Just nope. Too much work. Like if I had to make like I had to make a backup character, it'd probably be an adept or some mage. That would be it. Because the awakened world is a lot easier than the wireless world. At least to me, anyways.
Purely fictitious material is much easier to comprehend than, pseudo-fictitious material written by folks with no backing or limited understanding of how modern technology works, let alone futuristic technology.
Yeah, as a rule, it works by magic.
The otaku did it.
The otaku did it. It's technical magic.
Internet magic.
So yeah. Maybe I'll play some sort of summoner guy and I'll summon up rocks and stuff. and I'll talk like this the entire time. I don't know why.
Rock spirits.
You're gonna get rocked. Maybe
Okay.
I'll get a little stoned. Maybe I'll get a little stoned on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're in the city, his like spirit of man, rather than like being like some accumulation of garbage or some other thing, just takes the shape of a rock. Like a piece of the sidewalk or something.
I'm considering having a summoning specialist as my backup character, just in case Twitch gets killed.
You had made mention of that as going to be your main before you switched to the idea of Twitch.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be done, which is part of why I pared myself down to not do any summoning.
Right.
I was actually half expecting someone to die on this run.
I was expecting all of us to die on this run about, I don't know, an hour and a half before we ended the run. Yeah.
Hey, that is definitely the closest we have come to total annihilation. I was looking at all the spirits, and that's why I went with the Desperate Force 12, because I'm like, fuck, there's no way Vice has to run up to get to them. Twitch can shoot them, but not while she's running scared, and Coyote is not made for doing that form of combat.
If that big one had just gotten one more, it very well could have turned into a total party wipe.
And if all of you get on the resist roll is just willpower, I don't have that many more dice than Twitch. I only got 5. That you don't get counterspelling out of critter power on many of them. If it's fucking Force 9, I think that's understandable. Like, few sessions down the road, I'm just gonna be visited by an entire posse of spirits.
The spirit of Christmas past, present, and future?
Oh. I'm finally glad that I had a platelet factory.
Yeah. That definitely did come to be used, because that spirit punched you while you were scared.
And I'm glad I put that armor on that drone because, yeah, I think it would have exploded. All the ammo would have gone off. It would have been up to Sean, but if the damage of the fire is greater than the armor times 2 for that type of stuff, boom, it catches fire.
Even if they're shock rounds, them gang firing like that is a bad thing.
Creates like an EMP effect.
All your comlings are dead. The file you had wiped.
The end.
All of Twitch's cyberware deactivated.
And she just falls limp to the ground.
Bruce like,
Well-
what? What? I don't understand.
Those carefully controlled seizures she was having, no longer carefully controlled.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
And Vice just looks at
Hey guys,
Coyote
I
and goes
just got a phone call. I'm gonna have to head out, but I'll talk to you in the next week or on Skype.
Yeah. Good job, Crimson.
Yep. I'm just glad we didn't all die. this time.
We just would have burned Edge and ended up in an awkward situation within Lone Star or something.
Probably.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I'm on the. I got to take this call, so I'll talk to you.
Okay. Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Next session, we all end up in some sort of Lone Star experimental virtual reality simulation, even though Lone Star was just guarding the place. That was something, you fucking assholes, or at least Crimson could have tried to figure out whose place this was.
Looking at you there, Aaron.
You all could have figured out a lot more, except for Truthsayers. Truthsayer didn't have anything relevant to, as far as I remembered. And then, yeah, that. Didn't have anything relevant to searching up information, but everyone else, I actually wrote up things for if they searched this way or that, what they could have found.
I thought that might happen, but as I said earlier, I like to stay out of those things. I don't want to mention them because I like to keep to my limitations of my character.
Like, I don't know what Vice could have found out. Not exactly the sharpest pea
The
in the
one
tool
thing,
shed.
the one thing I think, the only thing I think I had for Vice was if you had asked your cousin to hey, anything I can do, and he would have said, hey, we can throw soft bodies at it. Give us a good chunk of change and we can throw bodies at the walls.
Yeah, creating a distraction of some kind. I'd thought about that. I was like, but who the hell is actually going to be dumb enough to be a distraction, even for like X amount of money?
A bunch of gangers.
I guess so, yeah.
Twitch is, or Twitch does not intend it this way, but me as a player, I've kind of been keeping the miracle shooter thing around in part, so that Twitch might at some point be able to organize a miracle shooter event at a location at a certain date and time as a distraction for us. Not like throw them into like a deadly dangerous situation, but throw them into a situation where, the guards will escort them off the premises and we can make our move at that, moment.
Well, that would be interesting if that event ever happened to occur.
Yep.
I can't exactly say I had any plans for the knowledge skills, other than the fact that I had so many of them, courtesy of my high intuition and logic. I'm not exactly sure whether I want to increase them. I have to admit, I sort of see them as like karma suckers. Even though Sean was like, yeah, you can increase one while you're bed resting for a week. I'm like looking at them and I'm going, I mean, I've definitely rolled a lot of history and news and some of this stuff, just like, but magic, but infiltration.
Weren't there a couple of magic-related knowledges that you mentioned a couple of times regretting not having?
The only, the only one that I feel really came up so much was not having, magical threats.
Yeah, so that might be something useful to pick up.
If anything, I think I was considering this on numerous instances, and that's why I've asked for, knowledge I posted in the chat, how, the sim modules work, and it had to be with Trodes, or else I'd have to get cyberware. It'd be like, I want a no-soft on magical threat. Someone needs to teach me about the insect spirits and the toxic mages. The Draco Foundation has to support shit like that, right?
Trodes aren't that bad. As of 4E, they're not like a huge ass hairnet thing. They're
I know you could even paint them on.
Yeah, they can fit into the frame of a pair of glasses, or be like a strip that goes around the back of your head, like those athletic headphones.
The only real downside to them at this point is that they're easy to take off. Like,
Yeah.
easy for someone else to take off. That's it.
But you can wear them as, part of
I thought there was some penalty of some kind associated. I think that's why I was scared. Like, with constantly being connected to like a sim module like that, I'm terrified. It's called sim, but I'm terrified.
I mean, you can just yank the plug. That's actually why a lot of people prefer Trodes as far as VR is concerned.
Yeah, you're still.
Because
You can be locked in the same way with black ice or things like that. But you can with both of them just pull the plug at any time. It's just dumb shock.
whereas, Twitch wirelessly connected to something with her internal comm, she's kind of fucked in that category.
Yeah, you can never just reach over and pull the plug.
That's why, ideally, she was looking for somewhere that she could actually physically plug into on those servers.
Right. You actually did make use out of that internal comm link, though, and filled it completely.
Yeah.
With plot object.
Yep, and I'm glad that the agent came in useful for Coyote.
And, it might very well come in use for you if, as we progress further along these missions, because with that, with that agent, you'll definitely be capable of taking some Matrix actions on your own.
Oh yeah, if Twitch didn't have her internal comm link totally filled up by that file, she would have been helping Coyote that whole time.
And, obviously she wants to save up towards Cyberwar. Maybe that's something, that's something you can do with all of your money, Jordan. Be like, I'm gonna get an agent that's gonna help me do all this whatever Matrix dumb shit that they do.
I mean,
He bought Twitch's rating 3 agent.
I have one now.
That might not be good enough. Or, that agent obviously needs stuff to do. He'll buy all the programs.
Oh
More!
no,
More!
I got it. I'm going to need Truesayer's help, but I'm going to need to get a rating 6 agent.
Why would you need my help?
Because it's like availability 20 or something like that?
You can just buy it.
Oh, what's
It's
the
not
rating?
restricted, is it?
I thought it was like high rating or something like that.
No, I mean...
Okay, the availability rating is only if you're buying something on the black market.
All you'd have to do is use an identity. I mean,
Right.
that's how Aaron's character picked it up, because it's not like, Twitch was going to spend much time looking for a rating 18, agent.
But, it's not that... I mean, it's expensive, but it's not that expensive to pick up all of the non-hacking software at rating 6 and all of the hacking software at rating 3. I'm not suggesting you do it, I'm just saying it's doable.